Hi, I'm Kato. My last video kinda really blew up, and now I'm here! So, to celebrate in between milestones, I'm going to be answering some viewer questions in this Q&A video. Why did you start this channel? I had always wanted to be involved with YouTube since middle school. I was particularly in the Minecraft scene. I used to watch Stampy Longnose, The Ogscast, Peanut Butter Gamer, and a few others. My first big video was explaining what had happened with the Night Pride series, because I felt that people following you needed to see what had happened with it. I actually didn't have a computer when I made that video. I recorded my audio on my phone and used iMovie. You can tell. I now use DaVinci Resolve and I scored a blue snowball microphone at the thrift store. This likely won't be my job, but I could see myself monetizing in the future. How long have I been in the Lion King fandom? I have been in the Lion King fandom for nearly 7 years. My hyperfixation started when I rewatched the film in high school, and a part of my brain just exploded neurodivergently. I can't even explain it, I just fell into it so hard. I watched Family Tree videos and Isaac Carlson, I scrolled on DeviantArt for OC ideas and whatnot. I wouldn't consider myself a fandom veteran, but I have been here since the Lion Guard was running, so I guess I'm kind of a boomer. My editing content started on the Lion King Aminos before I moved to Instagram and then finally to YouTube. What other franchises do you like? I like a lot of things that I will list on the screen right now. They usually change a lot, but these are kind of the core ones. Favorite Lion Guard or Lion King characters? My favorite characters are Sarabi and Ono. I find Sarabi a very underrated character who deserved more screen time, and the entire team would be dead without Ono, so I like him because of that. And he's a nerd. I like him. Favorite Lion King movie? Here's my ranking. At number 1, The Lion King. Number 2, Lion King 1.5. Number 3, The Lion Guard. Number 4, Lion King 2. And the live actions are in the depths of hell. Absolute bastardizations I may talk about if I don't get too depressed on the topic. What is the lore behind your OC, and why does your avatar have a beetle mark? My avatar is my Lion King character / persona, Kato. She's based on Kovu, because I used to use Kovu PNGs with the different saturation to edit her into images, but she has no relation to Scar or Kovu. Kato is a maned lioness who is the sole witness to an Outlander massacre, a massacre she blames Simba on. Her story consists of her seeking revenge as well as finding herself. Within this universe, 3 godly lions had harnessed the wind, earth, and sky to form the world, each having their own shoulder mark. When they retired, they combined their powers into a singular roar and gave it to the second born, which is the Roar of the Elders. Kato was chosen to harness the power of the earth, giving her the beetle marking, similar to how Kion has the lion head. Her story is available on AO3, it's called Kato's Journey. It would be really cool if people read it. I plan to make at least 3 books depending on pacing. The link to it will be in the description of this video. I've had this character for about 6 years. She is like my child. I absolutely love her. What happened to the Nuka avatar you had before? It was never actually intended to be Nuka. It was always an edit of Kato onto Nuka. I changed it because it wasn't a very good image for the quality I want, and it never read as my OC very well because of the expression. I considered it a reaction image, which has been replaced by this image of Sarabi as a topiary from Disneyland. What's your favorite food?
Wonderful little pockets of homemade pasta filled with veal or rich cheeses, topped with creamy Alfredo, tangy tomato, or zesty vinaigrette sauce, Stouffer's tortellinis, 5 new pasta entrees as good as can be.
Do you still hate Runny? As I said in my most recent video, no, not really. She's not really that bad on rewatch. Still a bit annoying and switches up a bit fast, but it's nowhere near what I felt in those godforsaken videos. What are some of your favorite fandom ships? I like a lot of crack ships like Zira x Ray Ray, Yunmibu x Bedili, Vitani x a lot of different female characters, Kion with whoever I see fit, and I personally ship my OC Kato with Nirmala, and they're cute. They have like 3 kids, I love them. I am the pioneer of the Sirach x Varia ship, which is indeed where the Night Pride series got it from. It's peak, I don't care. Sirach is such a stepfather to Felix Pasha and Polina to me, and yes, I know all of their names. Is that you in My Pride episode 8 / I Hope So chapter 14? Yes, it is! I was a winner in the My Pride design contest held for episode 8. This character is referred to as Earthpelt in My Pride. In I Hope So, the character has a different design and is referred to as Mud. She is a sentry for the Thunder Pride who shows up in chapter 14. The biggest difference is that I Hope So didn't blur my character into the background and then kill her off in a fire. At least it spawned the funniest copy pasta ever made towards me. I'm gonna pull out the acting guns for this. So, the results of the My Pride series contest dropped, and I should be happy. But instead, I feel like I just got gut punched. And while many OC started out this way, this person's OC that they gender bent for the cost test is literally Kovu with a tonal change. At least other cloned characters get drawn by their owners, but this one is just getting his ego inflated by posting tonal edits of Kovu. If he pulled away from that childish party favor and drew, I wouldn't have a problem. But this also feels biased given their association with the Night Pride series. It's not as obnoxious as I wanted it to be, but it's funny. This person never entered the contest, by the way, and the base I used for my submission at that time was completely allowed to be entered. So the only crime I committed was my character being brown, which is a color a canon character happens to be. Never change, Lion King fandom. If you had to choose the next live-action remake, what would you do? I want to see them live-action sign over the rights to the Lion King to me so I can sit on it and do nothing with it. Any fandom pet peeves? The amount of incest this fandom likes to have. Big yucky. Lions only do that when provided no other option. It is a big reason as to why the males are kicked out. Also, within the story, lions are stand-ins for human-like characters. So don't do that. Gross. I don't care that Disney considered it at one point. It was heavily vetoed. You cannot argue this without making yourself look like a creep. Also using SA for dramatic or plot purposes in Lion King stories without any warning. I shouldn't have to explain why that's a fucked up thing to do. And I see it done with Scar in particular because of a certain godforsaken deleted scene. Now, I'm not one to judge people on how they process their trauma related to the topic, but when it's presented solely for dramatic effect without any warning and justified by quote-unquote nature, I have an issue. There's also a lot of art and character theft. It runs rampant in this fandom to the point where I can't really show my archived Night Pride content in the latest video I'm planning, out of fear people would take the characters and art as their own. Which isn't fair to the people who claimed and owned those characters and made that art. I do have a solution, but people can still steal or make shitty AI out of real work. If I haven't made my stance clear, I hate AI. You have a brain. You do not need a computer to make art for you. You can make art for you. You have a wonderful mind that you can use, never take it for granted. Art takes time and the time will pass anyways, and that is the point. I'll cut my rant short because I'll get sad and preachy. Let's get a little bit lighter. What is your favorite animal? I really like servals and any kind of big cat. I also just really like bugs. I think they're the coolest. How long does a video normally take you? Script writing can take a few months or even years depending on the topic. I had the idea for the mental health video for 3 years, and I worked on the script for around 1.5. But the video portion took around 2 days of nonstop work. I'd rather have it done in like a week, but I was going to travel, so I grinded until midnight. I don't normally do that. Well, actually, I've done that for most of my videos, but I don't try to. I want these to take time and effort and have thought put into them. I also have a life, unlike most YouTubers. Would you ever join an animated series again? It's very unlikely, but I would love to help out with a comic series like I Hope So if given the chance, or start animating for my own projects. This is not an invitation to try to convince me to join your project. I charge for my work. Maybe if a mutual reaches out, but no promises. I'm usually swamped with other stuff, and I feel I need to actually know the person better, as with most of my interactions. Any non-Lion King related videos planned? I really want to do a Nuzlocke playthrough of either Pokemon Black and White or Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or even just random games on Webkins. I am just currently too lazy to figure out how OBS works, but I do have a PNG tuber ready. I also want to share some theater stuff, like making designs for hypothetical Broadway musical proposals. I plan to make one for Barbie movies such as Princess and the Pauper, or potentially fixing up Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, because unfortunately that's one of my favorite musicals. If Kato was a Pokemon gym leader, what type and what Pokemon would she have? Kato would be a ground-type gym leader because of her Roar of the Earth. She would probably use Great Tusk, Crocodile, Torterra, and Nincada. If I had a Pokemon gym, I would probably be a normal-type gym leader. Because I'm a theater tech, my gym would be a theater you had to traverse across, and my team would be Grafaiai, Obstagoon, Porygon 2, and Vincino. What's a fun piece of Lion King trivia? This image is likely based on a concept art of Kovu, and this specific Simba image gets used a lot in merch. It's cool to know that it was originally Kovu, which is a character that basically has no merch nowadays. And that's all I'll do for now. Anyways, the next milestone I'll probably set is at 7K. I'm thinking I'll read some of my old Lion King fanfiction I wrote in high school. Until then, I'll be in my hole until I come up with a good video idea. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, consider visiting my Ko-fi and buying some of my character designs. Or check out my Instagram for some cool art, and maybe even commission me when I'm open. We'll see you later. Bye! So, to celebrate in between milestones, I'm going to be answering some viewer questions. That sounded way too YouTuber-y. I'm gonna... Ew. I now use DaVinci Resolve, and I scored a... I'm scared. Okay. Okay. I now use DaVinci Resolve, and I scored a blue snowball microphone at the thrift store. Ugh, that sounded bad. Tortellini commercial. Tortellini commercial. I don't know why I'm saying that twice. Don't put that in. I like a lot of crack ships like Zira x Ray Ray, Yunmibu x Bedili, Vitani x a lot of different male... No, that's not what I mean. No, okay. This character is referred to as Mudpelt. No, Mudpelt. No, that's not who it is. I gotta embody the character of a angry 30-year-old white woman. I guess I could method act. I could go to the store and get really mad about something. Don't drink Dr. Pepper. If you're, like, making a video. Like, I should learn by now. I think this happened again because I was, like, burping all over the place. No, that was pizza. I had pizza last time and I was burping all over the place. Ugh. Okay. Or check out my Instagram for some cool... If you want to support me, help me, help. What's a fun piece of... Here, I'll do an and fine. No, I don't need to do an and finally.